And Mark from Scoreboard Don't Lie. He's very, very analytical.
Witt Jr. just crushes every single pitch possible. So the potential for this is absolutely amazing.
Definitely for baseball season, you want to have Scoreboard Don't Lie there.
All right, guys, I'm back Thursday, April 10th. I got my hot batter matchups for us to get into. But before we do, let's recap yesterday. Do you smell that? I smell it. What does it smell like? It smells like another winner, baby. You got to love it. Plus 117 odds. Little parlay with Shohei Ohtani. I said, what a great matchup this is. He gets 2 hits in the game, so 2 singles. And then the same thing with Devers. I'm like, what an amazing opportunity, this matchup right here. He hits a double off the wall. Then he's like, that was so fun. Let me do it again. So I got to make this video. He's got another at bat. Can you homer for me? That might help me out a little bit on my other thing. I got you for a home run on the other channel. So can you do that for me? Oh, it'd be so great. All right, let's get right to these matchups that I absolutely love for today. All right, first matchup, Bobby Witt Jr. versus Bailey Ober. And you can see Ober's pitch arsenal in the middle of the screen right there. The balls he throws, the percent by which he throws them, and how Bobby Witt Jr. fares against each one of them. So against the four-seam fastball, a 294 batting average. You got to love it. Slider, a 321, and then the changeup, a 270. Very solid. Witt Jr. Against any of these pitches he sees. Bailey Ober, on the other hand, how is his batting averages against? Well, his top 2 pitches, he's doesn't fare too well against them. A 281 batting average versus the four-seam fastball, a 304 against the slider. I absolutely love this opportunity. When you look historically over the last 3 years, Witt Jr. versus Ober, 19 at-bats, 9 hits, a home run, a 474 batting average for Witt Jr. versus Bailey Ober. Witt has at least a hit in 9 of 11 games, so he's hot. He's consistent this year, just like last year. All right, lastly, I want to talk about this launch angle sweet spot, okay? I introduced it the last couple of videos, and it's basically a percent of times in which you strike the ball and it leaves the bat with a 8 degrees to a 32 degree launch angle. So in between 8 and 32 degrees. Why is this significant? It produces the highest batting averages over the years, okay? Otherwise, it's basically the best angles by which you can record a hit. You have the highest percentage chance of record a hit if you stay within these angles. So Witt Jr. is at 39%. Really good for a batter, okay? What I also love is when you look at Ober, his sweet spot percentage given up is an absolutely horrible 52.2%, which is the 20th worst pitcher out of 380 of them. So he's allowing this prime launch angle to occur, okay? And you already have Witt Jr., who's already good at staying in that angle. This is a great opportunity for Witt Jr. to have success today in recording hits. A hit at least, maybe multiple hits. So I absolutely love the opportunity to look Bobby Witt Jr.'s way. All right, next matchup, Rafael Devers versus Chris Bassitt. You can see Bassett's pitch arsenal, and you can see how Devers hits each one of these pitches. The number one pitch you'll see, he's got a batting average of 325 and so forth and so on, you can see. And then on Bassett's side of the balls, his batting average given up, the worst one is the one he loves to throw the most. I love that. Keep throwing that one, baby. A 372 batting average given up on his sinker, and you can see the rest down the line. I think this is a prime opportunity. Devers is hot right now. He's got so many multi-hit games the last couple, 6 or so games. When you look at the two, Devers has a hit in 6 of 7 games, but I'm just remembering they had multiple hits in many of those games. And when you look at the history between these two, Devers, 11 at-bats, 6 hits, 2 home runs, a 545 batting average versus Chris Bassitt. I think there's an opportunity for Devers to have a really productive day. As always, I will put in the pinned comments how I will utilize any and all of these players that I'm talking about today. All right, before we get to this next matchup, if you could be so kind to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't hit it already, and you know what to do. Put a W in the comments. You know why. All right. Also, there's a link to a free Discord in the description of this video. There's a bunch of stuff going on down there. People doing a lot of things regarding NBA, MLB, and much, much more. Like I said, it's free. Go check it out. All right, next matchup, Bryce Harper versus Spencer Schwellenbach. And you can see the pitches in the middle of the screen right there. You can see what Harper does. He absolutely crushes 3 out of the 4. I mean, well, around 300, if not higher. A little bit light on that curveball. But when you look at Schwellenbach, his number one pitch, almost a 300 batting average given up. And that's 42% of the time he throws that four-seam fastball. And like I said, 3 out of 4, he is not very good. You can be good at one of them, the split finger. That's okay, because you know, a lot of players don't see that one very often. That's why a lot of pitchers are good when they throw that, because there's few that throw it. But look at Harper. He just dominates that. So I'm loving this opportunity here for Harper. Harper has a hit in 8 of his last 10 games. And then the little history between these two, 6 at-bats, 3 hits, and a 500 batting average versus Schwellenbach. So I love the opportunity to target Bryce Harper in this matchup potentially. So like I said, all my official plays will be in the pinned comment on how I'm going to utilize these 3 players. So check the pinned comments. And now we'll just get right to these other good batter matchups. So there's 2 players that aren't on this list because the website I used didn't have any Boston Red Sox players at the moment for some reason. But there should be on this list Alex Bregman versus Chris Bassett. 26 at-bats, 10 hits, a home run. And then the other Boston Red Sox player, Wilyer Abreu, 10 at-bats, 4 hits, also against Chris Bassett. And then you can see the rest on the screen here. Like as always, I weed out all of the sub-300 batting averages, and then I usually take away any negatives under the versus column. Negative would mean that it's more of an advantage for the pitcher than the batter. But you could see the second player from the top, Salvador Perez, 17 at-bats, 7 hits, 2 home runs. So I'll leave it on there. That's a pretty significant advantage of a large sample size, too, for someone that technically is at the disadvantage of the pitcher. Maybe got really lucky. But also, I just also wanted to say Perez hasn't been too hot lately also. So it's not just about the matchup, because when's the last time they've seen each other? It's like you got to kind of consider what Perez is doing more recently, where he's only hit in 2 of the last 7 days, so he's kind of cold there. Ty France, 5 of the last 7 games with at least a hit, so he's kind of feeling it to consider something like that. Yelich has hit in his last 3. And everything's going before. This does not count April 9th games, so before April 9th. So last game would be April 8th. Yelich is on a 3-game hit streak, which sounds great, but before that, just 3 of 9 games he recorded a hit in before that, so watch out for that one. Albies hit in the last 4 of 6, so I like that. But like I said, I already kind of showcased the 3 that I really like, but these are some other extra ones. Ozuna is cold. I'm so disappointed in Marcell Ozuna because we used him so much last year. He's a player that I root for. I love watching. I want him to have all the success in the world. He's awesome, but just not so awesome, I guess, right now. Mike Trout has at least a hit in 7 of his last 9 games. Jonathan India, kind of cold, just 2 of his last 5 games with at least a hit. So I just wanted to kind of dig a little deeper here. I had a little bit extra time, so just to kind of add that extra element. So it's not just about the matchups that, when did they happen last, right? Obviously, it's kind of important to know what the player's doing right now. That's important also. So that's just a few that I kind of touch base on. And that's about it. I just wanted to say you guys are the best, man. You guys make this so much fun for me. And all the love in the comments section is greatly appreciated. And I'll just talk to you guys tomorrow.